I'm ready to do some embroidery. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my line on my embroidery. My name is Heidi, so I'm going to draw an H on my fabric so I can stitch an H. I've got my embroidery hoop. Notice how I made the H so that it fits inside the hoop. I'm going to put my inside hoop down, and then I'm going to put my fabric, and then I'm going to put my outside hoop. Oh, it's a little tight. So I'm going to undo that screw. Oh, that's much better. And then I'm going to screw that up tight. I'm going to thread my needle. All the way through. And for this one, I'm going to double knot. I'm going to put both of my threads together and tie them in a knot because this makes a nice thick thread that's easy to see. I've got the point of my needle, which is the part that makes the hole, the eye of my needle, which is the part that holds the string, and way at the end, I have my knot. I'm going to start underneath. I'm going to put my needle through. I'm going to pull it and I'm going to pinch that eye. I'm going to pull it all the way through till the knot stops it. I'm going to put it back in. I'm going to reach underneath and I'm going to pull it all the way through. That's one stitch. I got to come up again all the way, and then I'm going to put it down all the way. Now sometimes when you're behind, it can be hard to figure out where you're supposed to put that needle. That's okay, you're not going to hurt anything if it takes a few minutes to poke around and find the right spot. This kind of stitching is called embroidery, and it only uses one piece of cloth. We're not sewing two things together. We're just making decoration on top of this piece of fabric. This is called the running stitch. It's just in and out all the way down. Now it's important that you pull that stitch through every time, because if you don't pull it all the way through and then you make another stitch, and another stitch, oh my goodness, what a mess I'm making. Make sure you pull each stitch all the way through. Now I'm ready to stitch this part. I'm going to use a different stitch for that part. Should I start here? Uh-oh. I was on the bottom and then I stitched in the top. I don't want to do that. If you're on the back, you need to go back in the back. And if you're on the top, you need to go back in the top. So I'm on the bottom here, so I'm going to find the right spot on the bottom here. Now this next stitch is a little different. I'm going to start out the same, all the way up and all the way down, all the way up, But I want to connect all these lines through on a solid line. I'm not going to use this dotted line. So instead of going forward, I'm going to go back, right into the place I was before. Then I'm going to jump way ahead, pull it all the way through, and I'm going to go backward. I'm going to take a step ahead, and I'm going to go backward. Can you guess what this stitch is called? It's called the back stitch. There are hundreds of very fancy stitches that you can do when you are doing embroidery. But most people start with the running stitch and the back stitch. Now I'm done with this section and I still have a lot of thread left over. What should I do? I'm going to turn it over and I could just cut it off. But if I just cut it off, my stitches might come out and we don't want that. So I'm going to make a few stitches on the back, not going through the fabric. I'm just going to wrap them around the stitches I already have on the back. Usually 3 times enough. And then I'm going to cut that off. Your back doesn't have to be pretty. People are only going to look at the front. So the running stitch and the back stitch are 2 very easy stitches to start with. You can make some really cool things just with the running and the back stitch. But if you want to learn more, here are some things I made with very fancy stitching. Stitching can be just like drawing or painting. In fact, you can stitch right on top of things that you have drawn or painted. This one has stitching and drawing. This one has stitching and painting. It takes a long time to get this fancy with your stitching. But all these pictures were made with the same needle and thread that I just showed you. So I can't wait to see what you're going to stitch.